Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Amy Swartz.
Welcome. Welcome, everybody, to all of you who are here, including those of you who are joining us live via YouTube. Can I get everybody here in Salt Lake City to help me give everyone watching right now a big 25th anniversary welcome? Woo! Yay! Yes! Yes! That was perfect. Well, I am thrilled to be here with you this afternoon. There is absolutely nowhere else I'd rather be right now. Convention 2013 here in Salt Lake City, celebrating our 25th anniversary together, has been an absolutely incredible experience, hasn't it? And we have amazing, caring, creative people like you to thank for making Stampin' Up! What it is today. I offer you the most sincere, heartfelt thanks for everything you do. Please give yourself and your fellow demonstrators a hand. Now, I do hope that you have thoroughly enjoyed yourselves here in Salt Lake City over the past few days. You know, and I did. I made sure to tell everyone I knew in the weeks leading up to convention to brace themselves for the nearly 6,000 demonstrators, crazy, fun, beautiful demonstrators, who would soon be taking over our city. And I am confident that you have delivered. And have done a lot of retail therapy along the way. For the past year, everyone at the home office has put their hearts and souls into preparing for this silver anniversary celebration, because we wanted it to be a very special and memorable time for you. You are all so fantastic, and you deserve all of the recognition, fun, and gifts that have been showered upon you over the past couple of days. You know, we would love to hear every last detail about each of your unique convention experiences, and hope we do to a certain extent in your convention survey. But one thing I would like to know right now is, how have you enjoyed the convention app? Have you used it? Well, that thrills me. As a company, we have been looking for ways to expand our mobile offering, making it easier for you to take your business with you wherever you go. And our convention app is a part of that effort. As most of you probably know, about a year ago, we partnered with Google to offer our customers in the US a mobile, shoppable catalog. And with the new holiday catalog, we've introduced Stampin' Up! Interactive, our first ever augmented reality experience, to help bridge the gap between the physical printed catalog and the digital world that we all live in. Once you download the free Layer app beginning August 1st, you can start experiencing the interactive features in the holiday catalog. You simply scan over the small red icons with your mobile device, and your printed catalog comes to life. Now, it's exciting. It's going to be fun. Now, we are aware, though, that when your customers shop through the Google catalog or connect to the store using Stampin' Up! Interactive, even if they have you selected as their demonstrator, they won't be shopping on your DBWS. So even though you get the credit for the sale, your customer doesn't qualify for Stampin' Rewards. And that's not fair. That's not fun for anyone. And I agree with you. We all agree with you, and we know that we need to fix that. And I am happy to say that we finally have. So, beginning noon Mountain Time on Tuesday, July 23rd, any customer placing an online order with a demonstrator, regardless of where they shop, will qualify for Stampin' Rewards. Cool, right? So that means whether they are shopping through your DBWS online store, directly on StampinUp.com, through the Google catalogs in the US, or even through the new Stampin' Interactive feature, Stampin' Up! Interactive feature, any of those orders are now treated exactly the same. Isn't that fantastic? Now, this change doesn't affect your deferred income. So demonstrators with a DBWS will continue to earn the full 20%, and demonstrators without a DBWS still receive 10%. Now, that's just one of many good reasons to subscribe if you haven't already. As a DBWS subscriber, you're able to give your customers better service because they'll gain access to you when they need it, day or night, to get project ideas, submit an order, schedule an event, or even join your team. It really is an outstanding business tool. So if you haven't yet subscribed and need more information, you'll want to visit the demonstrator website and look under My Business Resources or give demonstrator support a call. And while we're on the subject of amazing business resources, I want to introduce you to a new face at the home office. We've never had anyone quite like Penny before, but how could we pass up the opportunity to bring her on board? I mean, she is an MD after all, a master demonstrator. Professor Penny starts full-time this fall and is really excited to work with all of you. She'll be writing an advice column on our demonstrator website, so she'll be like another upline for everyone. Any demonstrator will be able to email questions to her, and she'll respond to as many as she can. You can even start emailing her your questions now. Now, Penny is also a very modern woman, so she also has a Twitter feed which you can follow her on to stay current with all of her great business tips. And she wanted me to tell you that she will be giving away prizes to some randomly selected demonstrators who start following her on Twitter by Monday. You don't really ever know what to expect from Penny, so start following her today. And if you aren't familiar yet with Twitter, you can find how-tos, tips, and simple instructions by Googling Twitter instructions. And we hope you'll love Professor Penny as much as we do. Now, as we all know, the theme of this year's convention has been all about making a difference and being the difference in the lives of demonstrators, customers, and so many other individuals around the world. And speaking of being the difference, during the Fiji video that played during the Grand Vacation March yesterday, you may have noticed a few clips of some of our demonstrators painting a building. They were actually involved in a very special service project benefiting the Nandi Fiji Hospital, which was severely damaged by Cyclone Evan in December of 2012. In addition to the variety of improvements made to the hospital, demonstrators also volunteered their time with children at the Treasure House Orphanage, where they played and spent time together making projects using Stampin' Up! Products. I would like to share this extraordinary experience with you now.
We're all about making a difference. The statement of the heart isn't something that we just believe in, it's something that we live. We love making differences in the lives of our demonstrators and our customers, but more importantly in the lives of the world. Right now what we've done is we've come to an orphanage in Fiji, and we have 25 of our demonstrators. A lot more of our demonstrators are over at a Fijian hospital doing a lot of repair work. But here we're reading and we're making crafts. In fact, we have about 10 demonstrators in the back right now making Mother's Day cards with the kids. And we've brought plenty of clothes and foods and books and lots of things for them to play with.
There's so much more to this company and what we do than just selling stamped ink and paper. This is what it's really all about. It's about making the difference. And the fact that you can travel this many miles to Fiji and see these smiling faces, I can't imagine anybody not wanting to do this.
Part of Stampin' Up is being part of our community. It's about our relationships with people, and so even when we come on this trip, to be able to have a service project is wonderful. It's perfect. It just fits in exactly with what the company's about.
Part of our philosophy at Stampin' Up is helping others, and so I think it's just like a natural thing for demonstrators to be involved in this kind of thing. They just really were happy about doing it, working together and doing something, you know, that's significant for somebody.
This is a fantastic opportunity we had from you guys to come and do this work for the hospital. Looking at it, this is a thoughtful gesture the group made, and it's fantastic.
When Shelli really started Stampin' Up, it was to change the world, and this is just one way that we do that. So being on this incentive trip and giving back to our demonstrators, the demonstrators in themselves and in their hearts want to give back to the people of the Fiji.
I think it's safe to say that for anyone who participated in either of those service projects, it was without question the highlight of the trip. And for us, this is what Stampin' Up is all about: changing lives for the better, one by one. Every one of you, our demonstrators, do this every day as you touch the lives of others, teach them new skills, and help them grow and learn. We thank you, and we celebrate you, and the difference you choose to make in the lives of so many. And what better way is there to thank and celebrate you? I'd say it's time for another prize patrol. And the lucky winners will receive the Color Me Christmas stamp set, Season of Style DSP, and the Frosted Finishes embellishments. And the winning wristband is All right, everybody. Wild Wasabi scored. Now, it's time for the next best thing to free product, some stamping, with the fabulous and the fabulously entertaining Bonnie Thurber.
Hello. Y'all are too nice. Oh my gosh, what an amazing feeling. I want to leave and come back. And I want to soak it in, and I want to look clear in the corners, and I'm just going to stand here for 25 minutes. That'll be entertaining, right? I am so excited to talk to you about keeping memories and scrapbooking. And before I do that, I hope you'll indulge me. When I rehearsed, I took a couple of pictures and posted them on Facebook. And I thought, well, when I get up here, oh, nice. Oh, lovely. Okay, now these guys feel left out, so I'm going to come back here. Beautiful. I'm going to post those in just a second, because have you noticed that keeping memories has completely changed? How many of you have blogs? Yeah. How many are on Instagram? My niece Katie got me hooked. I love it. Facebook, we keep track of things. We make memories. We keep track of them in so many different ways. And I have found that Stampin' Up! Has found ways for us to keep up with that. Now, I'm going to put my phone down, but before I get going, I have to just comment on a few memories that I have. But I actually want to start by showing off just a little. First of all, I have a new knee. Some of you didn't know that, so I'd like to introduce you. His name is Clyde. Because all my life, people have said, "Hi, Bonnie, where's Clyde?" So now I've got him. Thank you for the drum shot there. And so that's why I've been riding around on a little jazzy. And life is different when you're on a scooter. It's kind of fun. It's a little dangerous. And you kind of want to put your hand up and go, "Hello, I'm right here." But I've enjoyed it. But I've made so many memories while we've been here. Okay, but I want to start by saying, "Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están?" And bonsoir, oh, bonjour, comment allez-vous? Guten Tag, wie geht's? What am I forgetting? Oh, good day, mates. And kiss me, Kiwi. I'm not real sure about that. And we do have some people who are joining us we're doing some live streaming. So for them, I guess I'm going to say, beam me up, Scotty. Okay, it was funnier in my head. All right, so now I do want to share just a couple of memories, because I promised her that I would set the record straight. Many of us here in this room, I believe about 5,800 of us, heard Shelli Gardner say fart on stage, right? Now, we did not hear her do that. We heard her say that. And then what we heard her say was, "At least I didn't say the other word." Now, in your minds, I think some of you heard I didn't say the other F word. Shelli did not say that, because Shelli would not say that. Her other word is an S word. Okay? I'm not filling in the blanks, but she made me promise that I would clarify. And by the way, I've not heard the S word from Shelli ever, but I've also never heard the F word, and I've never heard her say fart. That kind of makes me laugh. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Well, I know we've all got a lot of memories, and I want to get down to it. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm tying this into our theme because I think right now we have an opportunity to be the difference in the lives of the people around us by helping them find solutions to capturing and keeping those memories alive. We get to do that. As a matter of fact, shame on us if we don't. We have an opportunity to help people connect with the people they love. The first scrapbooking class I went to wasn't called scrapbooking. Guess what it was called? Self-esteem building. And it wasn't a bait and switch. It truly was. And as I've thought about it, that is what I do when I go through my scrapbooks. I build self-esteem and I connect with the people around me. I love that. Now, while Stampin' Up! Doesn't have a robust scrapbooking line, and I know that that hurts some of us who love scrapbooking, I want to help us all see we have lots and lots of solutions. And I want to encourage you to provide that solution to the people around you. So if you don't remember anything else, remember that friends don't let friends make really, really difficult scrapbooks. That's a long line, okay? Now let's put it in a positive way. Friends help friends make scrapbooking easy. That's it. I'm going to sit down. All right. I feel like I'm missing a handsome man. Oh, there he is. Hi, Tom. How you doing, Tom? Do you have scrapbooks of the girls playing soccer? No, he doesn't, because Tom's a very busy cameraman. So Tom would like a friend to show him how to do that in a quick and easy way. Does he have friends who would do that? Yes, Tom, right here. You've come to the right place. This is project 21. I'm doing projects 21 through 25. I'm so excited. And I will tell you right now, mine is a show and tell. I've got no stamping products up here, but I will do my best to make you believe there's an illusion of stamping. All right, so for the first thing I'm going to do is show you something with the Epic Day This and That journal. Now, the journal and all the stuff that goes with it, the washi tape and the stickers and all that fun stuff, that's not new. It's been around for a while. But I wanted to show you maybe a new way of using it that you could share with the people around you. So now please don't get mad and report me to the police. I actually removed a few pages from my journal, okay? They didn't go with my color scheme. They're beautiful. I'll find something else to do with them, I promise. I've got my stickers. Now, here is what I've done is turn this into a flip album. This is my trip to Australia, okay? And this requires, at the most, right now, the way I did it, it requires 24 pictures. And it would be simple to put together. Now, all I did with this, I fancied up the front with that world map stamp. Okay, it's famous, it's embossed. I did that. I cut out some pictures with the hexagon punch, love that. And once I did that, the innards of this were so simple to put together. So let me just show you really briefly. I'm going to give you kind of a look through this. I used the Wanderlust June photopolymer stamp set. It's so cute. And I heard a clap there. At Midnight Muse ink. Oh, I've got to do something before I go on. I'm so sorry. I forget that every time I'm crafting, first of all, I should have turned my ring on. Whenever I'm really involved with something, I have to take off my jewelry. Now, please don't whistle Sterling or Sean, because I'd be really uncomfortable with that. Because that's the most I'm taking off, okay? All right. So now let me just show you. Tom's going to get a double shot. So what I have is the facing page of every one of these is a Wanderlust postcard. And then I've just got an enlarged picture on the bottom of each of them. So let me show you this one, because I think it's really cute. It's got a little secret pocket here. Okay? And all I did was journal in this. My friend Allison informed me that she was going to take her parents on a trip to Alaska. And I said, awesome, I'll be coming too. So I just journaled that because it was just a memory I wanted to keep. We paid a little extra to have a cabin that we could sit out, and paid off beautifully because we got a triple rainbow. Now this is way a memory keeping right here, because I didn't capture the rainbow beautifully. I don't have a great camera, but I captured the memory, and that is the point, right? So simple. Now think about this. It could be such an easy class. All you have to do is invite your friends to come over. For the class, you maybe want to just fancy up the front. You could do your front part, and then work on those postcard, the postcard parts. I've only done 24 pages total. One page with the postcard, I left one blank for the photograph, and people could assemble that really quickly in an evening. It truly is a quick scrapbook that you could put together. Now, I was talking to some friends about this because I said, would you use this? Well, I haven't been to Alaska. This is perfect for Alaska. But my one friend said, hey, I have a son going off to college. This would be a great thing for me to do, to remind him, you know how you want those kids to go off with that, remember who you are and what you stand for cheer in their heads. That's what she's going to do. I said it'd be a great brag book. There are all sorts of things that you could do with it. It would be a simple class and a great way for you to connect with people who might not be scrapbooking already. All right, now we're going to move that one away, and we're going to go on to project 22. Oh, I like clapping. All right, this is an MDS hybrid scrapbook page, and it is chock full of stuff. It jumps out at you. What I love about this is it is a way for you to talk to your avid scrapbooking friends, because we found that avid scrapbookers invest a lot of money in tools, and they have fancy things like e-cutters. And sometimes they don't know because we don't tell them. Again, what? Why are we not saying this? Our MDS program works with the e-cutters. So what I have on here is just a chance to show you how it coordinates. This page includes this really cute film strip right here. It was cut from the Picture This designer kit. This arrow was cut from Keep This Memory. And this row of arrows right here, and it was also used for a mask, is the Border Banter stamp set digital. And then this, I Like to Be With You, it's also cut out. This is from the Greatest Moments designer kit. So it's, again, just chock full of things. Now, I can't move off this page without pointing out the film strip. Look carefully at those boys there. The boys are fishing with their grandpa. And I love in this one how you can see little Landon is thrilled with his fish. And look at Parker's face over there. Parker is like, do I have to touch this slimy thing? Again, it might not be the best picture in the world, but it captures a memory. And it is so special to me. I just love how that's on there. Now, again, this page is fantastic, and it has tons of other things that have been done to it. We've added embellishments. We've done all sorts of splattering. It's beautiful. But again, the whole point of this is just to capture a memory and that you want to keep. Now, I can't move on without doing, this is my 22.1 project. I just wanted to show you a pure MDS page, pure and simple, because it's just so darn cute. I love, right now, I think one of our fun trends is this Polaroid look. I call it Back to the Future. Do you remember how Polaroid, how it smelled when they would develop? Man, I love that. Stays on ink's the only thing better than that. I think that, and it's really easy. There's an app. If you just Google Polaroid, you're going to find all sorts of different apps that you can use. And then you just save it as a JPEG, and then you can transfer it into your MDS program and put it anywhere you want. Now, I think this is so cute. I love these kids. And it is a little bit of the kids at the pool. So it kind of makes me a little thirsty. Now, there was a trend going on here at convention. I don't know if you noticed it, but it seems like people up here got to say things like, I'm a little thirsty. I wonder if a delicious beverage is on its way. And I'm like, how come I never get to do that? Now, what I'm thinking is maybe I'd like to say I'm a little poor. I wonder if $100,000 could be on its way. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but I would take a refreshing beverage right now. Trust me, I'm not going to complain about it. Oh, hey. Gee, Brian. Yeah, shouldn't have.
I didn't.
Well, that's actually pretty good. I might have to put that down at the end. It'll be my reward. What I love is sometimes strange things appear like chocolate when you're presenting. It was worth a try, but I figure if I didn't get the 100,000, I might just go for broke. Pardon the pun. Okay. Before we move off my digital studio, I do have to say, I hope you've experienced, like I, that this has been one of the best tools for me to get new customers. It truly is a solution for people. Isn't it not marvelous? Oh, Tim Tams. Now, this is a sacrifice because Angie brought them, and obviously somebody gave them to her because they're partially gone, but yay. I'm going to put those at the very end, and I'll have them the last. Okay, awesome. Well, that was so fun. Maybe the 100,000 will still get here. Anyway, MDS, awesome. New customers, truly. especially with the new price, is it not? It is just the best. In our classes today, we learned that we need to have that contact. We need to have that hook with people. I found that MDS is one of those ways to do it. Yes, it's awesome. Okay, project 23. This is a holiday planner. Now, I want to just point out that the this and that, that our product line, it goes beyond memory keeping, and the Season of Style Planner is a great example of that. I think we all could use a little bit of help organizing during the holidays. I don't know about you, but I'm attracted to those magazines that say things like 7.5 ways to host a perfect brunch. I've never hosted a brunch in my life. I don't even care if it's perfect, but I buy the magazine. Then there's always the 13 storage solutions, after the holidays are over. Well, Stampin' Up! Is now providing you with a delightful planner. Sterling, what are you doing? Thank you. That is awesome. I love it. And you know what? I love that it came from Sterling because it won't be tax deductible. I love you, Shelli. Thank you for the bonuses. Okay. Let me show you this amazing planner. You people are not helping. Way too much laughter going on in here. Okay. This planner is going to help your friends have an amazing holiday season because it will help them get organized. And I know all you have to do is hold an event. I would do it early because there are 4 months of calendars in here, so you want to do it in September and help everybody get organized. And then you're also going to tell them to schedule your classes into their planner so that they've got time to not miss out on all of your amazing things. Now, I want to show you this. It's an awesome journal, as is. It comes already embossed with the stripe in it. But I had to, make it ooey and gooey a little bit more. So we've got some, let's get that bling in here. We embossed it with some iridescent ice. It's got that silver metallic going on. Some iridescent ice in there. Just to get it all blingy. I love the Expressions Thinlets. So cute. Of course, I got the doilies, and I just layered this on top of some of our designer series paper. Just super cute. We just wanted to fancy it up a little bit, okay? This is a Circles Collection framelit right here, and of course then Cherry Cobbler Baker's twine. Now, I want to just show you how cute that was. Just a simple way to attach that. We just wrapped it right around the rivets there, right around the spiral binding on that, okay? Now, I gotta show you the innards of this. When you get into this, you're going to have 5 categories. There's a section for you to organize calendars, cards, decor, gifts and packaging, and your entertaining. So I got to show you a little bit of what I did. So I've got my pages here. Again, I told you there are 4 months worth of calendars. You just fill in the blanks, and of course you've got your Season of Style stickers and washi tape and all sorts of things to go along. Now I want to point out that in case you didn't notice, I have some goals here. In September, I'm going to lose 5 pounds. Now, realistically, in October, I believe I will gain 1 pound because of Halloween. Let's just trace this through. I'm going to get back on the wagon in November, and I'm going to just be at a 0. Then in September, I'm going to bag it all and gain 3. But guess what? I've still lost 1 pound overall. So it'll all be very, very successful. All right, let me show you the cards section. In the cards, you've got a place for you to put down the names of the people that you're going to send your cards to. And there's a section to check off whether you sent it and whether you received a card from them. Now, somebody tried to tell me that's if they received it, and I said, oh, no. My mother kept track, because if she went 2 years and didn't get a card back, you were off the list. Now, of course, after you organize yourself that way, there's a wonderful graph section here, so you can draw ideas, or you can just use your washi tape and cut some ideas out. These are just from our holiday catalog. What better ideas are there than to just go right from what we have? I love all of these, and I said these are the ones I want to send. Okay, a couple more sections. I think I don't have anything in my decor because it's a Christmas tree and several other things like that. Gifts and packaging. You've got a place for family. Then there's a separate tab for friends and a separate tab for neighbors. Now on this, you're gonna write down the names of who you've got, your budget, how much you've spent, and then some gift ideas. Now notice my sisters are limitless. My brother is $15. Sorry, Alan, he's here. And then you've got a place for you that you can gather some ideas. So there's some ideas. Yes. I'll be giving Hugh Jackman to someone. I couldn't resist. I mean, come on. And I think this Santitizer is like the cutest neighbor gift ever. So I had to put a section of neighbor gifts in there. All right, almost done with this. Oh, entertaining. All I did was put a couple of recipes in here. My whole point of this is, while it is a way of organizing, it is also a way of keeping memories. Because this is gorgeous. I'm gonna take it around with me. I'm gonna hang on to it for next year. I'm gonna look at it and say, wow, I remember what I did last year. I spent 15 bucks on my brother Alan, and he's a much better brother than that. I should spend more money on him. I know. All right, Project 24. This is our Season of Style album, and I am in love with these. It is a divided page protector style of album, which is, this style of memory keeping is very on trend. It's very easy for people to do. If you've never scrapbooked and you've got friends who are super busy, remember how Sarah was talking about the kind of person she is? Sarah and I are gonna get together and put together some scrapbooks. Janine Richards and we were talking at lunch. I said, Janine, let's get together and do this. We're gonna watch The Housewives of Beverly Hills, I think, and go through and do it. Let me show you how fun these are. I call it a drop-in style of journaling, of scrapbooking, because that's really all you have to do. So again, this is the Season of Style. It's 8 by 8, and I love that size because there's plenty of room for pictures, for photos, for journaling, and all of those things that you need. Now, these scream, these divided page protectors, to be filled, and we've got journaling tags that are sized perfectly for it. You don't have to cut them out. You don't have to do math. You don't have to have a special widget. You just pop them out of the package and throw them in. I want to point out a couple of things. Now, I put a little piece of white paper behind mine just to make it easier for you to see, because I knew, Tom and I got together and I said, I can't take these out of the page protectors, so I'm getting out of the way of the glare. But notice how this is really just one picture of a Christmas tree. But since the template had room for 3, I just cut it up, and of course it's not a person's face, so it's okay, right? And these are just the journaling pieces, all right? So moving on, I wanted to show you all 5 of the different sizes that are in there. This one really just has 4 pockets, these 2 corner ones, and that's from our Season of Style paper stack. And then you've got 2 that are this size. I did some journaling on that one, and this one I just put my pictures all together in a little row, okay? Another one where you can get 4 great pictures. This is our annual nativity. And this little guy said he's been really good, and he promises this year he'd like to have a baby brother, and I won't break him. So we'll see if that works out. I love this one. I think it's so cute. We just stepped it up a little bit. This tag looks like it's kind of floating in there. And Erica Bauer, the genius that she is, she's one of our concept artists, she did a little sewing of it on some of our window sheet. Can you see that shining through there? Yeah, it's so nice so that it doesn't get all wiggly-woggly in the page, okay? And again, we've got a Thinlet there. And she also put this darling bit of confetti right here. She sewed it closed so that every time you open the page, you don't get a little confetti shower. And I love this one also. Now this page, it's one of my favorites because all those square spaces. And I also wanted to point out, in case you didn't know, we have journaling tags in MDS. So these journaling tags were made from the MDS Jingle and Joy designer kit. So people can, I love that because you can personalize the colors and do anything you want to. Now you guys, approaching people with a fun gift solution like this just makes you feel like a hero. You are making a difference by showing them how easy it would be. As a matter of fact, we said, well, we can't end there, because it turns out that life goes on beyond December, right? I just think that it would be a great way for you to move into another trend, and that is journaling your everyday life. This is Project 25. Let's do a clap for Project 25. I met with the concept artist and with Amy Swartz and Pam Morgan when you have brain power like that in a room. And I said, what can we do? What else can we do? And we said, you know what? Let's show this album in a non-holiday way. So first of all, Erica used one of our photopolymer stamps and accented this with just very carefully, but she said it was a piece of cake. Of course, she is an artist, with the photopolymer, and she just made it all cute and snazzy. And it's the same idea. We use the same pocket dividers in there. And I just wanted to show you, because right now what people are doing, they're documenting their everyday life. It's the Project 365, a different picture every day. What do I do in the morning? What do I look like in the afternoon? So this is just a lovely day that I spent at Temple Square. Wanted to capture that. I have the best job in the world, so this is just some pictures of me and my job. And you might be thinking to yourself, gee, Bonnie, where did you get those journaling tags? Are you thinking that? I'm so glad you asked me. Well, since I was with Amy Swartz, and she's the marketing director, she said we should have an MDS download that can be used for everyday scrapbooking. So starting Tuesday, the 23rd, you can buy this download. It's called the Rise and Shine, and these are pocket cards, and they're designed as the journaling tags to go along so that it's not a holiday scrapbook anymore. Okay. I know, it's awesome. Okay, 2 more pages and then I'm done with this guy. Oh, you gotta love it when your friends have kids and dogs and then share them with you. Okay? How about when you get flowers at work? If you're me, you don't put the flowers on your desk and wait for people to walk by. You take them with you from meeting to meeting. And you say, oh, these? Yes, you didn't receive a bouquet of flowers today. I'm so sorry for you. And then, of course, no everyday journal would be complete without a cute little puppy dog and a handsome man grilling at a grill. That's all I'm saying, people. All right. Tom, thank you. Oh, Shelli! Demonstrators, and they're not tax deductible. Oh, $100,000. Now that's very classy. Okay. Honestly, memories have been made right here, right? I just have to stop by telling you sincerely, you are the most wonderful, wonderful women and men, so sorry, men, in the world. Stampin' Up! Demonstrators truly do make a difference. You are the difference. And I am convinced that we have an opportunity to help people keep memories and make memories. And I know that the next memory you want to hang on to is perhaps getting another prize. All right, so Cherry Cobbler cardstock, Season of Style journaling tags, Naughty and Nice rotary stamp, Season of Style DSP. Let's see what the color is. Drum roll. I saw that. Thank you. That's a lot of enthusiasm. Yay! They're coming. lot of prizes. I want candy. Sorry. All right, they're getting there. I should dance, I should sing. I want candy. I can see them running to you, ladies. They're getting there. They're trying. Wouldn't it be sad if I only had one prize patrol? I mean, come on. They would not do that to me. So we better have another prize patrol. This time you're going to get really organized because we're giving you the Season of Style journal, the Season of Style stickers, the Naughty and Nice rosary stamp, and the Season of Style DSP. Let's do another drum roll. Congrats.
Well, thank you, Bonnie, for showing everyone our latest spin on memory keeping. Oh, thank you, Bonnie and Clyde. Excuse me. Cannot forget Clyde. And also, Bonnie, you need to know, you need to get a couple of hand-stamped thank you cards out because some friendly demonstrators are contributors to your $100,000 fund. So thank you. You were quick. And whoever had that $100,000 grand bar, very good. We are very focused and committed to staying current with market trends and bringing you the best and most innovative products in the paper crafting industry. And we all certainly love doing it for you. But now it's time for me to welcome someone else who loves what he gets to do each day for you. Please join me in welcoming our President and CEO, Rich Jutkins.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. I just have to tell you, everyone in the home office dreads following Bonnie. And I got the short end of the stick today. Not only was he on, but I found out why she was so on today. She's got her boyfriend here, Mike. Where are you, Mike? Jeez, you're killing me here. Holy cow. Well, for the past several months, I've really tried to think about what I might say to you today. I tried to inspire at times. People say I make you cry, not because of my stories, I just make you cry. I apologize. And today I thought I'd like to share some things that I've learned. When I became president, I began to ask demonstrators and employees alike why they thought our newer markets would grow, while our more established markets tended to be flat or maybe even decline a little bit. And the typical answer went something like this: newer markets grow because they're newer markets. And more established markets grow because they're not newer markets. Okay, I can understand some of the logic behind that, and I can agree with it slightly. But in giving this response, I think we are missing a great opportunity. So over the past several years, I've been studying a lot about innovation. And as I told my son that I was going to be speaking about all I know about innovation today, and I had 25 minutes to try to cram it all in, he said, "That's going to be really hard, Dad. What are you going to do with the other 20 minutes?" He's at home babysitting his little sister right now. But anyway, as I studied innovation, I thought, well, how does it work? Basically, why do some people get it and some companies get it while others don't seem to get it that well? And what I found out was that innovation isn't a genetic gift. It can actually be learned. It takes some practice, but we can all learn it. So with this in mind, I'd like to spend my time today talking to you about how we learn to be innovative and why it's important for you as demonstrators and for us at the home office. Now, since this is our 25th year and we've been celebrating the past 25 years, I thought I might begin today's remarks by telling a little story and rolling back the clock just a little bit. Shall we say to maybe the 1890s? Okay? At this time, the majority of the people in the United States didn't have access to any music. I mean, real music. Sure, they might have some people who fiddled in their local towns or maybe sang a little bit, but they didn't have the big symphony-type music, the real pure music. It just wasn't available to the masses. In fact, the only way you could listen to real music was to attend a symphony. And the only place you could hear a symphony at that time was at Carnegie Hall in New York City, then known as Recital Hall. Now, I want you to imagine for a moment that you are the owner of Recital Hall in the 1890s. In essence, you have a monopoly on people who listen to music. But your audience is fairly small compared to the general mass population of the United States, because attendees have to live very close to New York City, and they have to have a lot of money to attend the symphony. Now let's fast forward just a little bit to the early 1900s. And along comes a man by the name of Tom, not Tom, a different Tom, and he invents this newfangled machine called a phonograph. He's ecstatic about its possibilities, and he brings it to you and convinces you to try it with your current customers. So you gather all your symphony audiences together, you put them in a recital hall, promising that they're going to hear music in a way they've never heard it before. The house is packed. There's excitement in the air. And you bring up the curtain and play the phonograph for them. What do you think the reaction would be? You've all probably heard the first phonograph, haven't you? Do you think your symphony attendees would have given this new machine a standing ovation? Or do you think they would have viewed this performance as being substandard compared to what they're used to hearing? And now for the million-dollar question. Since you are the owner of Recital Hall, whose feedback do you listen to moving forward? The symphony goers or the inventor? I tell you this story because this is a quandary that every business finds themselves in, and I believe woven within it are the keys to success for you as demonstrators and for us as Stampin' Up! For the next 25 years. A gentleman by the name of Hal Gregerson, a professor at the business school INSEAD, has observed that in order to find the right answer, you need to ask the right question. But too often, we are stuck asking the same wrong question again and again and again as we look for solutions to the problems we face. For example, the right question in the story I just told you isn't who should you listen to? It is how might you continue to build on the symphony attendees' experience while introducing music to the many people who are unable to attend the symphony? In other words, how do I keep my business viable? Now, too often businesses try to make a one-size-fits-all product. This causes them to develop something that neither the current customers want or the customers you're trying to reach want, and so neither buy. And when this happens, companies then revert back to what they've always done, and without the infusion of this new customers, they begin to see their business decline. Sound familiar? So what is the right question that you as demonstrators and we at the home office should be asking to generate growth over the next 25 years? Might it be, how do we innovate in such a way that we keep people who know and love Stampin' Up! Excited while we introduce Stampin' Up! To the millions of women around the world who've never heard of us? As you can see, this is not an either-or question. It's an and question. Keep our current demonstrators and customers happy, and find new customers and demonstrators for future growth. Now, once you have the right question, you can apply 3 different types of innovation to improve your business. Now, I want to pause for a moment. Before I show you these innovation techniques, I want to speak to you about business. And I'm speaking to all of you, not just a select few. Whether you have the highest titles in Stampin' Up! And have huge downlines, you consider yourself a hobbyist, or you find yourself somewhere in between, all of you, and I repeat, all of you, have a business and a business plan. Some plans are fairly intricate, and some are as simple as I will buy my minimum each quarter. Sarah. Whatever case applies to your situation, these 3 innovation techniques will improve your experience as demonstrators with Stampin' Up! In fact, you can think of these 3 innovation techniques as legs of a stool. We need to do all of them equally well to achieve balance. So the first leg of our innovation stool is fairly obvious, and I believe it's what you do very, very well. And I think we do it pretty well at the home office as well. It's simply this: sustain. Keep your current customers happy. So going back to our story, how might you do this as the owners of Recital Hall? Would you keep everything exactly the same? If not, what would you change to keep people coming back to your place of business? Maybe you offer a larger variety of music. Maybe you bring in different musicians. Maybe you make it an evening with dinner and entertainment. Maybe you just look at the theater itself and improve the seating, the lighting, the atmosphere, etc. Are these innovations necessary for us to provide as the owners of Recital Hall? Absolutely. If we didn't improve what we offer our current customers, it would allow competitors to come in and take what we have by making simple, small improvements of their own to capture what we already have. For example, if we let Recital Hall run down, then someone in New York City could open up a better venue where the musicians would want to go play. And if you lost the musicians, do you think anybody would like to come and attend your symphony? They'll leave with them. So applying this technique back to us, how do you and Stampin' Up! Keep your current customers happy? By offering and trying different things. Now, I know that many of you have felt overwhelmed about what's been going on over the last little while, but I would liken what we are doing with going to a restaurant. How many people here would keep going back to the same restaurant if the only thing you could get on that menu was a plain hamburger on a regular hamburger bun? Yeah. Even if that appeals to you, you may try it once or visit the establishment every once in a while, but I don't think you'd go back very often. Now, contrast that experience with what happens when you visit a restaurant with a menu. Do you feel obligated to eat everything on the menu? I hope not. The options are there for you to choose from and hopefully come back on a more frequent basis to try different things. Well, we want to give you, our demonstrators, a menu so that you can attract as many people as you can every single month. We don't expect you to try everything. We just want you to try what you like and what you think your customers will like. Thank you. One person got it. So what are some of these items that we do? Well, we do it every year with our new annual book catalog, our idea book and catalog. It's different every single year. Could you imagine if we had the exact same catalog we had 25 years ago? And I rolled out and said, here's your catalog. I doubt we'd be celebrating 25 years of success. We do it with things like the color refresh, improved products, new products like Undefined, Paper Pumpkin, with promotions, new techniques, training videos, different incentive trips, changing our themes every year at events, and the list goes on and on and on. The interesting thing to note, though, about this leg of innovation, it's very good at fighting off competition, but it does not, I repeat, it does not provide growth. Why? The easiest way to explain it is with using another analogy. If today one of you were to approach me and I had never stamped before, and you were going to show me a technique, maybe like taking a stamp, putting it on ink, and putting it on paper to get me interested, and I started to fall in love with this, and every quarter we started to meet once in a while, and you'd show me a different technique, you'd build on my skills each quarter, right? And at the end of time, the techniques you showed me would become more difficult. Well, we all know that it would be harder because you're building on my knowledge and my inventory that I've been buying from you. Now imagine we're meeting 3 years down the road, and you have another new person coming in who's never stamped before, and you're showing me this more difficult technique. Do you think this new person would enjoy, understand, or could afford what you and I were doing? Probably not. It's just like with the symphony attendees. Your current customers are looking for bigger and better. They aren't looking for a phonograph, and you should provide that for them. Yet, when you make things bigger and better, the number of people who stay involved with your business becomes smaller and smaller because it's becoming more expensive and more complicated. Well, for the last 25 years, we've been shaping our offering to the demands of our current demonstrators and customers, making things more expensive and requiring more knowledge to understand how to use our product. This is great for you and necessary, but it makes the pool of potential new customers harder and harder to find. Have you experienced what I'm talking about? Is it harder for you to find new customers now or when you first started with Stampin' Up? Yeah. So how do we find the new once our business has become established and keep our business growing? We learn to use the next two legs of our innovation stool that we often neglect. All right? This will keep our business balanced. So let's talk about new customers. And I'm going to use some very broad terms here. And you'll see how broad. We can describe everyone in the world in two groups. We have individuals who've crafted before and don't buy from us. So they have some experience using some type of product like ours. And we have individuals with no experience and don't buy from us. In other words, they're beginners and have no clue what we're doing. So how do we find these two groups? And once we find them, how do we attract them to what we have to offer? Well, let's start with finding them first. How do we find these new customers? I want to give you 5 simple principles. Now, let me tell you, I'm giving you a lot of information here, and all of this stuff's going to be online. In fact, they're recording this right now, and you'll be able to go to our event sections and go to convention and see this all over again. So don't try to write everything down so furiously at this point, okay? Thank you. And for our international people, I don't speak French and I don't speak German, but we'll send you an email to the link of where this is. And if you know someone who can translate what I'm trying to say, which would be really hard because I talk really weird, you can watch it as well. But you'll be getting an email where we're going to put it up for you guys. So going back to our 5 simple steps. The first thing you need to do is network. Network with other demonstrators. Now, we've given you a wonderful opportunity to network with 5,800 demonstrators. We couldn't have made the lines any longer. What a wonderful time for you to talk and find out what others are doing, right? See, you thought that was a mistake. It was planned. You can talk with other consultants who are part of other direct selling companies. You can talk to individuals who are outside of the crafting businesses and do other businesses. And you can just discuss, where do they find new people? Don't get locked into just a certain type of customer. Look at what other groups would be interested in what you are doing and who you would enjoy working with. Now, once you find these people, you go to step 2. Observe. Observe what women do when they are at these locations. In fact, if you're really terrified about networking, you can just go around and observe where people are gathering and then observe what they're doing. Once you get some ideas of what they're doing, you go to the 3rd step. Question. Question what they are doing, question why they are doing what they are doing. In other words, what problem are they trying to solve while at that location? What are they trying to accomplish, or what needs are being met by them being where they're at that time? 4th, you associate things in a new way. This is connecting things together that have never been connected before. For example, what do you get when you cross a butter dish with roll-on deodorant? Would you believe the first computer mouse? That person looked at the feel of the butter dish and he needed to roll and put the two together. So associate, put things together. And our 5th step is experiment, which simply put means act on what you found in the first 4 steps. I have seen so many demonstrators think all the way through this and they stop and never act. You need to act. So now that we have an understanding on how to find the new customers, let's return to our innovation stool. The last 2 legs of our stool are just designed to attract each group that I just spoke about. So let's start with those who have no experience in crafting. They are beginners. They have no clue what we're doing. That was me 12 years ago. When my wife, when I came home and said, honey, I got the job, and she said, are they going to be around in another year? Yeah, I think so. How do we attract this group? By using our 2nd leg of our innovation stool. Make things you offer simple, affordable, and convenient. And where do we start? By applying the 5 simple steps I just talked about. So let me illustrate. Start by asking yourself or someone else through networking, where do people gather? And just generate a list. Restaurants, theaters, malls, schools, businesses, etc. And let's say for this example that one idea that intrigues you is just a local park. What would you do? You go to the next step. You observe. You would then just go to the park and observe what people are doing in the park. But since we can't do that right now, just visualize yourself in a park and what you might see. Maybe you'll see some women over here playing with their children. Maybe they're on the swings, slides, or playing catch. Maybe you have another woman over here sitting on a bench by herself reading a book as her kids play. And maybe over here in the pavilion, you have a group of women whose kids are playing together and who they're just talking and having a great time. Now question, why are they doing what they're doing? Well, the first group, this lady playing with her kids may respond, I love spending time with my kids and doing things with them. Okay. The woman on the bench may say, the kids are driving me crazy. I need some me time. No more Barney, no more Sesame Street. And the third group may say, our kids love spending time together and so do we because we have similar interests. Any of these sound familiar? Okay, now imagine doing what you normally do with Stampin' Up! Product with kids in a park on a windy day. Does that sound simple, fun, affordable, or convenient? Not to you or them. Can you imagine packing all of your stuff up and trying to hold a traditional workshop class or club in that setting? It's probably not going to happen. So apply the 4th step, associate.
This is where you take two things that have never been put together before. This is our example. How do you place Stampin' Up in a park? What does it look like? What might you alter in your current business to make what you offer simple, affordable, convenient in that setting? What would you try? Well, for this first group, what was that? Okay. For the first group, maybe you do something very simple, a project that this lady can do with her kids. The second group, maybe you just put a baggie together with all items already cut out, with a picture of the finished product and your information, so she can take and do that whenever she needs some more alone time. The third group, maybe you work on a project that has something in common for everyone. Maybe it's an upcoming event like Mother's Day, Valentine's birthday, or maybe you could even design a scrapbook page for a recent activity that they took together. Or maybe you just make a cute gift for someone they know. It really doesn't matter. You just ask and find out what they would like to do. Now, can you see how you might gain some new customers by asking others, where do people meet? Then going to where the people are and observing what they're doing, questioning what needs they're trying to be met, and then making what you do simple, affordable, and convenient for that setting? Now, everything won't work, but by making it simple on both you and the customer, you can afford to try a lot of different things and find out what does work for you. So now let's shift to the other group, the one with more experience, but still don't buy from you or Stampin' Up. How should we attract them? Well, if they're looking for simple, just do what we just talked about. If not, because they have some experience, then you go to our third leg. You look at your business in a different way. I like to say taking your business and putting it on its ear to see what it looks like from a different angle. In our music example, this might look like opening up another symphony hall in another town. You're trying to attract the people who have the skill level and the money to attend what you already have. They just don't get to New York City that much. So maybe you open up a place in Boston or Chicago or another big major city. Or maybe you're trying to attract an audience by not playing in a building. So you schedule performances outside during different celebrations or a summer concert series. The whole idea is you are still offering what you always have, you're just packaging it in a different way to reach a different audience. Now here's where I caution you. Where most people fail with the two legs I just talked about is they invite their current customers to participate. Don't fall into this trap. Your current customers are like these symphony goers. They do not want a phonograph. They do not want to go to another city to see what you're doing. They do not want to sit outside in a mosquito-infested park. They like being inside. They will not come, and they will give you feedback that is dumb and they don't want to do that, at least initially. Over time, they will become interested in what you're doing, and you will know when it is right to invite them, but it won't work at first. Think about it. In the early 1900s, would you keep inviting your symphony audience to attend symphonies listening to the phonograph over and over again? But how about today? Wouldn't you love to be the owner of Carnegie Hall and have a monopoly on some of the high-quality sound systems that are in the market? Those customers buy those as well now. So where should you begin as a demonstrator then to look at your business in a different way? Start by writing down how you do business today. It might be I do 4 workshops a month. Or maybe you have a regularly scheduled class every quarter. Or, Sarah, you might buy your minimum. But Sarah's got a plan now. Write down everything, anything you do. And next, identify what's working and what isn't. What are the strengths and weaknesses of your current plan? For our example, let's say we have identified that our strength is running our business face-to-face in regularly held classes. Then you apply your 5 simple steps. Network. Who might you talk to about what is working for them outside of face-to-face interactions? Maybe it's other demonstrators, like I said at this event. Maybe it was something you heard in a class while you're here. Like I said, other outside consultants in direct sales are wonderful opportunities, or wonderful chances to talk with people who do these things and can tell you where they found people. Maybe it's even your spouse or a friend. Maybe it's even your kids. Where do they go to find new people? It doesn't matter what direction you take. Just go out and talk to people. Now, that sounds pretty easy, but I know most of you won't do it. Because we're afraid that we don't know what we're talking about. We don't want to get into those conversations. We're not good at finding new people. Some of us, some of you are very good. And you feel a little awkward. Well, guess what? You don't need to be an expert. All you need to do is ask the question and then just listen. You'll be amazed what people love to talk about. They love to talk about things they're working on and the problems they're working on and trying to solve and the solutions they've come up with. They love talking and sharing what they do. So let's say through this talking or through the interaction you have that you say, I want to be more of an online present demonstrator. Okay, we'll apply step 2. Go online and observe what's going on the internet. Well, there's lots of things: blogging, tweeting, creating a web page, showing samples, creating a community to answer questions, showcasing new techniques. Just see what's out there and what interests you. Once you decide that, question. Don't just question your mind, but literally ask the people that are online why they're doing what they're doing. What problem are they trying to solve? Or what need are they trying to fulfill in doing what they're doing? Once you understand that, then you associate how can you take your current business and put it online. And finally, you experiment. You do it. Realizing you don't have to be perfect at first. Everyone who's put videos online before will tell you their first videos were never that good, but now we all look at them and think they're fantastic. You have to remember, just keep trying things and then refining what you're doing to make things better. I can tell you my kids are sure glad that people didn't stop with the phonograph with that first recording. They kept making improvements, and even though the first release was such poor quality, they love the quality that they have today. Now, I've given you a lot of information here, so let me summarize what I've talked about in just a few points. First, innovation can be learned through networking, observing, questioning, associating, and experimenting. Second, if you want your business to grow, the 3 legs of our innovation stool must be in balance. Third, balance is achieved by innovating to keep our current customers happy and finding new customers through making what we do simple, affordable, and convenient, and putting our business on its ear by looking at what we do in a completely different way. Now, in closing, I want you to know how much I love and appreciate all that you do. You are amazing at what you do and have given us 25 fantastic, amazing, whatever words you want to put behind it, years. And we need to celebrate that. Thank you. Yes. But now I need your continued help. If we're going to make the next 25 years even better, we need to take the concepts I've spoken of and give them a chance and apply them in what you do. Now, whether you consider yourself a business builder or a hobbyist, please, please, please apply these things. They will work. They sound simple, but they work. And so to kind of inch you along a little bit, I want to give you a little bit of an incentive to try what I've talked about. I would like us as a group, 5,800 people here, to get 15,000 new Paper Pumpkin subscribers by the end of August. I got a clap from backstage. If each of you get 3 new subscriptions, we'll not only meet our goal, we'll exceed our goal. Why 3? So you can apply the legs of the stool. How might you go to a current customer and offer Paper Pumpkin in a way that they would think it's desirable? How might you go and find someone new who's never created before in their lives, and how might you approach them? And how might you go to someone who has a lot of experience crafting and offer Paper Pumpkin to them in such a way that they want it? So what's in it for you? Well, When you get your first subscription, and we as a group get 10,000, you will receive any stamp set in the annual book and catalog for free. And when we get to 15,000 and you get one new subscription at least, you will receive the Language of Love stamp set, which will be coming out in our Occasions catalog. Reminder, you can't show this. Although what I'm about to say applies to everyone, I want to speak to my hobbyists for just a moment. This is a great way to start to grow your Stampin' Up! Business. Think about this. If you do find 3 new subscriptions, in fact, when I say when you find 3 new subscriptions, that'll give you over $59 per month in sales, which translates to over 179 sales in a quarter, which gives you more than 50% of your quarterly minimum requirement. In addition, you receive $35 in instant income. So in essence, you're putting back in your pocket $214 a quarter, or over $800 per year, as you share Stampin' Up! With the world. How does that sound? I hope you can see the value in beginning to apply what I've talked about today. Remember, though, not everything is for everyone, nor should you try to do everything that we offer. What you decide to try should be used to target the correct group, though. Don't just default to your current customer base with everything we offer. Some of it's the phonograph. If we offer a promotion, a new product, training video, new catalog, or anything that interests you, ask yourself how you might use it to keep your current customers happy, or find someone new without any crafting experience, or those who have a ton of crafting experience to help grow your customer base. Some things will work across all 3 legs of the stool, others won't. Only you know what your current customers want. Ladies, you are amazing. We could no way fill this hall without what you do. I love being with you, and I have so much enjoyed the last 3 days with each of you. I love talking with you. I love hearing of your stories. I love being with you. I thank you for the past 25 years, and I hope we can make the next 25 years just as successful. God bless you and travel safe. Thank you. And now, we're coming to a close. So, I know, would you please join me in giving a warm welcome to our CEO and co-founder of Stampin' Up, Shelli Gardner.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I am so not responsible for the tears. You are. Goodness sakes. I was just told there's no tissue out here on stage. That's okay. I can do this. My girl said this morning, Mom, that almost became an ugly cry. Really close. Like, really close. So no ugly crying. Well, you know, Rich talked about how much he loves being with you, and I think I love Rich, and I think he needs to know how much you love him too. As always, without fail, he presents ideas, not just today on stage, but every day that we work with him, that are inspiring and thought-provoking. He always has something that makes me think, wow, I never went there. And I love that man for all that he has done for Stampin' Up! And all that I know he will yet do. And the ideas that he's shared with you, you need to know that I wholeheartedly support. We are all about keeping our current customers happy, which, as Rich mentioned, we do pretty darn well. And we're also about innovation. We haven't always been really great at innovation, but as Rich said, it can be learned. And we have worked hard at Stampin' Up! To develop this culture. Innovation comes instinctively to some people, while others may be a little resistant. That means that as we move forward innovating and creating, some of you will be in your element, and others of you will be a little bit uncomfortable. One response isn't better than the other. You're not wrong if you resist change, and you're not right if you embrace it. There are benefits to both. At Stampin' Up!, we have definitely made a commitment to developing a culture of innovation, which inherently includes change. Rich has done a wonderful job of explaining why innovation is so important to us, why we need to work on all three of the innovation legs of our Stampin' Up! Stool. We've had a great 25 years, and we want to have an even better 50 years. I love that some of my daughters and are demonstrators. 2 of them are demonstrators. As Sarah mentioned, they go into pending. They maybe aren't as active as they'd like to be, but they are demonstrators and love Stampin' Up! And the role that it's played in their lives. I love how involved they've become over the years, all of them, in and out. And I know that for many of you, you have daughters who have grown up seeing what a difference Stampin' Up! Has made in your lives. And now they're joining us as well. I love to see you together at events. I love it when you come up, mothers and daughters. We have so much to offer people, so much that will make a difference in their lives. We have creativity and inspiration. We have passion and relationships and fun and unlimited opportunities. We want to share Stampin' Up! With as many people as possible. And in order to do that, we've got to reach out beyond our recital hall audience. And we're going to do that by trying lots of new things. I'm one of those people who love change. I love to explore new options and try new things, which is a good thing because none of us would be here if I had resisted change 25 years ago. To me, thank you. Yes, this is awesome. To me, change is exhilarating. When we're open to change and innovation, we're open to all sorts of exciting possibilities that will make our lives rich and rewarding. Of course, we're also open to all sorts of failure. That simply comes with the territory, and we accept that when you try new things, you sometimes fail. I love the Chinese proverb that says, "Success is falling down 7 times and getting up 8. That's what innovation is all about. As we move forward, trying new things, exploring new options, we will fail, but we will get up every time we fall down. And I'm confident that we will succeed more often than we fail. Plus, we'll have a lot of fun doing it. Now, some of you may be sitting there thinking, blah, 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 blah. Not that many of you, come on. I didn't hear it. Thanks, Sarah. Yeah, we don't need any distractions. I'm a distraction enough. I don't need my earrings to get in the way. I have been talking about change for a couple of years now. This is what you're thinking. You know, Shelli's been talking about change for a couple of years now. I get it, I get it. And you may think you do, but let me tell you, you ain't seen nothing yet. In the past year or so, we have done some different innovative things. Some of those things have worked, and some haven't. Some of those things you've liked, some of them you haven't. We will continue doing these types of things, plus a lot of other things. Things that are very, very different for us and for you. We are prepared to fail at some of those things, but we are planning on succeeding at most of them. And as we strengthen and develop the innovation leg of our stool, let me reassure you that we remain committed to you, our recital hall demonstrators and customers. As we work hard to innovate and share Stampin' Up! With new people, we will be working equally as hard to ensure that our recital hall experience remains as rewarding and exciting as it has always been. As Rich mentioned, this is not an either-or option. We can and will do both. So, if you're one of those personalities who are comfortable with the familiar and are a little hesitant to change, well, hold on tight. We love you, we're committed to you, and we're going to rock your boat in a very good way because you will benefit from our commitment to innovation, I promise you. And if you're one of those personalities who loves innovation and change, welcome aboard. We're going to have a lot of fun together in the coming months and years. And speaking of fun, I'm thinking it's time for a prize patrol. Of course, you know the drill. Winners will receive the Halloween Hello stamp set, the black and orange Stampin' Glitter, and the Witch's Brew DSP. So, drum roll, please. Well, before we say goodbye for another year, I want to share a few last things. Many of you helped us out on Thursday and Friday as we worked on our Convention 2013 service project, preparing birthday kits for the Primary Children's Hospital here in Salt Lake City. We delivered those kits yesterday. And we're going to take a quick look at how it went.
It's just amazing what we can do with just a little bit of time and lots of hands.
What we're doing here today is 2,000 birthday kits for children who spend their birthdays at Primary Children's Medical Center. On average, there's about 10 children that have birthdays every month, and their families have a hard time or are not in the position to celebrate. And so we thought this would be an ideal situation for Stampin' Up! Product to be showcased and show how the creativity can help children celebrate in a time that is difficult for them and their families.
We are
are here at convention. It's our 25th anniversary celebration, and we're doing a service project, kind of a larger-than-life service project. We have a mission statement that talks about making a difference. It's what we do every day, and this is a perfect opportunity during this service project to give back, to make a difference. And there's so many ways you can do that, and this is just one way, where we are gathering together supplies for birthday kits for the children at Primary Children's Medical Center. And we're just thrilled to be able to gather together and do something worthwhile that others will benefit from.
In addition to the 2,000 birthday kits that we are doing today, we are also donating $25,000 worth of product to the Steve Young Foundation Forever Young craft room at Primary Children's. Also, we have donated a wall display with a wishing tree. And the wishing tree is meant for siblings or the actual patients at Primary Children's to write down their thoughts or their wishes and use this as a self-expressive way to tell what they want most at that time.
The philosophy of Stampin' Up! Is basically our statement of the heart. Like we said before, we want to make a difference in the lives of everyone. And Stampin' Up! Is really truly about making a difference in the lives of not only our employees, but our demonstrators, and even the world. We really want to make a difference so people can really feel the love that we have.
Thanks to the birthday kits that we made, some 2,000 children will be able to celebrate their birthday while they're in the hospital. We truly are making and being a difference to so many around us in a lot of different ways. Thank you all who helped us prepare these kits for this service project. Give yourselves a big round. It was pretty gratifying to see so many of you making your way through the booths or the stanchions and on the tables to make that happen. And you know you'll make children smile throughout the year at Primary Children's. As I've looked back over the past 25 years, one of the most gratifying experiences that I've had is associating with demonstrators all over the world who have embraced what we wanted to be. Demonstrators like Vanna and I who wanted to do something that they loved and then share it with others in a way that truly does change lives. I love hearing stories from you and about you, stories that truly exemplify our statement of the heart. And my hope that Stampin' Up! Would provide a means for us to truly make a difference in the lives of those around us. And I wanted to end this year's convention with one of my favorite awards, the Heart of Stampin' Up! Award. This award, it's a great award. Get your tissue out, I'm just telling you. This award is presented to a demonstrator who's nominated by fellow demonstrators as someone who truly lives the statement of the heart. The recipient of this award traditionally receives the necklace, along with a moment on stage and my great respect and admiration for being such an inspiring member of our Stampin' Up! Family. I will note, however, that this year we received our first nomination for a male demonstrator. So although he wasn't ultimately selected as the recipient, I am thrilled with his nomination, and I'm so grateful for all he does. I do know him, and he was definitely worthy. I realized then, of course, that at some point we may have a male demonstrator receive this award, and we may need to be looking at male-appropriate recognition. Not sure if any of our male demonstrators would really want to appreciate or wear the heart necklace, but so we'll have to look at that. We've already had to do some male recognition. Got to do male recognition that was appropriate for a male to wear. Yes, give him another round. A rising star, to be certain. We received many nominations this year, more than normal, I think, probably because it's our 25th anniversary. I hope to continue to receive this many nominations because I enjoy reading every single one of them and everything that you're doing. I read about demonstrators who collect food, have card drives, organize fundraisers, volunteer in their communities, help the homeless and disabled, adopt orphan demonstrators, freely share their ideas and inspiration. The list of everything you do goes on and on. The difference that you make is endless. And I'm humbled to associate with you. And I'm so grateful for all that you do. Often, the recipients of this award are someone who's been involved with fundraising and serving those who are less fortunate. But there are other ways to exemplify the statement of the heart. And this year's recipient is a shining example of someone who truly does love what she does and shares that love with others to make a difference. Let me read an excerpt from several. So I'm going to read several excerpts from nominations that I received for this demonstrator. I do not personally know this demonstrator, and she doesn't personally know me. But to say she's touched my life with her dedication to Stampin' Up, her humor, and her overall undying positive attitude would be an understatement. I remember hearing her speak at convention many years ago. She talked about what it took for all of us to get there, the preparation, the dedication, and the desire. Those same principles seem to have taken her not just to the heights of what she's accomplished in her Stampin' Up! Career, but more importantly, to what she has accomplished in life. Another nomination read, throughout the years when this demonstrator has spoken at various Stampin' Up! Events, she has connected with her audience and left an impression in hundreds of people's lives. Her idea for doing hands-on classes at our workshops did wonders for my business. Another demonstrator wrote, when Stampin' Up! Opened in Canada, it was this demonstrator who reached out to the US demonstrators and asked that they pair up with a Canadian demonstrator to help transition them into the Stampin' Up! Family as smoothly as possible. She tirelessly worked to make this happen on a grand scale that has come to define this grand woman. She has accumulated quite a following with her specific brand of humor and her willingness to share all of her successes. We enjoy every presentation at leadership, convention, and regionals. Now, as she battles ALS, she once again inspires us with her humor, her courage, her dignity, her character. And finally, this last excerpt. Nominating someone for the Heart of Stampin' Up! Typically has a specific story. Many times, they are stories that bring tears. But there isn't a specific story to this nomination. This demonstrator simply is the story. She is the story of joy. She is the story of laughter. She is the story of loyalty. She's the story of optimism. She's the story of sharing, of giving with no expectation of something in return. She is the story of perseverance. She is the story of strength. She is the story of seizing opportunities, friendships, life, moments. She is the story of courage. She is the Stampin' Up! Story. She's made us laugh. She's made us cry. And on many occasions, she has simply made our jaws drop in wonder, amazement, and sometimes shock. She has taught us how to be great demonstrators. She's taught us how to embrace each other. She has taught us business savvy. She has taught us creativity with stamps and business ideas. She has simply taught us. I couldn't say it any better. Please join me in welcoming to the stage this year's Heart of Stampin' Up recipient, Susie Miller. Please. Wow. I don't know. Maybe I should. Thank you. I love you, Susan. Gotta love this woman. You're good. You look beautiful. Thank you. I love you. Thank you for everything. Seriously. You're dear. We love you. And that looks beautiful on you. You rock. For those of you who don't know Susie Miller, you now have just seen a little bit of the humor we just talked about. Gotta love this woman. Oh, listen to this. She wants me to introduce Donnie. So stand up, Donnie, and get a cheer from these 6,000 fans. Thank you, you too. Thank you. Yes, for those of us who've been in events with Susie Miller at the stage, you sat on your edge of your seat and waited for what she might say next. She has been a true inspiration to thousands over the years. Truly, truly deserving of this award. And I think that those who know her would definitely agree. And those of you who don't know her so well, I hope you felt her genuine spirit of love and giving. So let's give her one more round of applause. Thank you, Susie and Don. The last few days have sped by. I don't know about you, but they've been pretty quick days filled with tons of fabulous things, not just prizes, but just inspiration and energy, and I've loved it. Convention 2013, though, is almost over. I know. I hope you've enjoyed it. I don't know if... Good. Good. We love it when you're happy. It makes us happy. Now, I don't know if you have been keeping track, but we've had 24 prize patrols, way more than we've ever had before. But 24 is not the right number, right? Yes, when you're celebrating your 25th, you need 25 of just about everything. So, 25 prize patrols is more appropriate. Now, you probably haven't realized this, though. All but 25 of you have had a winning wristband and received a prize patrol. We've saved the best for last. So if you felt left out, 25 demonstrators will be receiving our 25th prize patrol, a very special prize patrol, every single stamp in the holiday catalog. Now instead of getting an armful of stamps, our winners will be given an envelope with instructions on how to get your prize. Now listen up, because there's a change in those instructions. So if you're excited, stop for just a moment, regain composure. Because the info booth is now closed and probably gone, winners should go to the prize patrol booth, okay? It's set up right outside this hall in the south lobby. It's very important that you do this because we don't know the winners' names. We just know the wristband colors, okay? And we want to make sure that you get your prize. And I know you want to make sure you get your prize too. So let's hear it for our last prize patrol of Convention 2013 and our last prize patrol winners. Let's see the final wristband. Drum roll, please. Convention without babies is just not convention, is it? There always has to be a baby on screen. Well, I hope that all 25 of you were here, and if somebody left early and you know that their wristband color was crushed curry, don't even bother telling them, okay? That would be sad, very sad. But it was worth waiting for, wasn't it, for those of you who won? Yeah, we were pretty excited about that prize patrol. We wanted to end with a bang, and that was definitely a bang for those last 25 demonstrators who were probably feeling just a little bit left out. Now, it's normally our policy that you have to be in attendance when your wristband is called out to win. But because every wristband was a winner this year, we want to make sure that you all go home with your prize patrol. If you weren't present for your prize patrol, I mean, if you had to go and nurse a baby or use the restroom, heaven forbid, because you should never have to leave a general session or class. But, you know, that's how it works. If you weren't present, we do have a prize patrol booth, as I mentioned, outside here in the south lobby. You'll want to go to the booth as soon as we end here and then show them your wristband. Now, I don't know that I need to say this, because our first principle with Stampin' Up, and for a reason, is integrity. But please remember that this is only for those who were not present for when the wristband was called and you didn't receive a prize, okay? Also, like this prize patrol of mine yesterday wasn't a pain enough as it was, some of you went to get your prize patrol after the general session today, and we were out. They found the rest. So if you went to give your name for us to mail you one, please go back and show them your wristband so that you can walk away with your prize patrol in hand, okay? Well, it has been a wonderful convention. I have loved every minute of it. So many details that add up to a very big party. Opening social, 25th anniversary celebration, labs, international demonstrations, live streaming, more prize patrols and all attended giveaways than ever before, fabulous classes, main stage presentations, everything. It's been a great celebration of 25 years. I want to thank our staff who've worked so hard. Please give them a round. Yes, yes, they deserve it. That is a standing ovation well deserved. And I know a lot of people can't see you because they're backstage and they're cleaning up in other areas of the convention center. But they, I hope, know how much we all appreciate their hard work. Whether they're a staff member or a demonstrator presenter or a vendor who has been working with us for months to prepare everything for this, they've done a fabulous job. And of course, what party would be complete without handing out favors to all the guests at the end, right? Now, although yippee skippy isn't a phrase I use often, it seems appropriate for this situation. So, get excited. You know, it's hard to give out 6,000 prize or 6,000 all attendee giveaway things. You've seen that happen several times. So I'm just going to ask you, if you've received your prize, please sit down. Those who haven't, stay standing, and we'll get to you, okay? But we're going to move on. It's like a city, you know that? Kanab, where all of our stamp sets are manufactured, is like half the size of you, okay? So this is huge. So be patient with us. You know, it's been a fabulous time, and I have said it before, I'm going to say it again. Thank you for being here to celebrate our 25th year milestone. I have loved it. And I want to take just a moment right now to mention that while I'm not sure how they'll do it, our event staff will be looking to make next year's convention even better than this year. Not sure how they're going to do it, but they're already moving on to that. So plan on being back here and celebrating 26 years with us next year in Salt Lake City. Mark your dates on the calendar, will you? You notice that it's the week of July 14th. It doesn't say when. And the reason it doesn't say when is because we're going to listen to you. So when you fill out your convention survey, please, when you evaluate this event, let us know how you felt. Let us know what works for you so that we can make that decision and get you dates as soon as possible. Well, we hope to see you all back next year. We don't want to wait that long, though. We want to see as many of you as possible at Leadership 2014. Do you want to know where we're going? Okay, let's take a look then.
Ooh, can really do that? Oh, that's so wonderful. So, what else can you do for me? Oh,
Who is that?
It's Anne with Stampin' Up.
Really?
Yeah.
Who is this?
It's Anne with Stampin' Up.
What are you doing, Anne was Stamping Up?
Stamping.
He sounds like Anne was Stampin' Up. Hi. Did you get my order last week?
Another reason to love Stampin' Up.
Yeah, I just signed up for leadership. No, she's not going.
And that's our Texas contingency right there. Well, we are excited for next year's leadership, and we're already making plans to make sure that it's the best one ever. Our manager's reception will be at Houston's Downtown Aquarium, where we'll have some amazing activities planned that you won't want to miss out on. And we're hoping that you'll make it a goal to be there. Now, of course, it really is the end, but no convention is ever complete until we've watched the convention highlights video. It's a great way, yes, to look back at the party that we have just had. So let's check it out.
Look at how far we've traveled. Look at how much we've done. Truth is, one person can matter. Just look what ideas can become. The journey to our destination is what we remember today. Oh, celebrate the difference that we made. Thinking back at where we started, we can see just how far we have come with what each of us has created. We see there is power in one. The journey is not always easy, but with every step along the way, oh, celebrate the difference that we made. Be the difference. Be
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here and making all of those fabulous memories with us. Until next time, take care and may God bless. Good night.
Look at how far we've traveled. Look at how much we've done. Truth is, one person can matter. Just look what ideas can become. The journey to our destination is what we remember today. Though